Well, hello everyone. It's Angela with Mystic Moon. Welcome to another reading. So today's topic is how do they remember you and this connection? So this is going to be a no contact situation that you have with another person. I do tend to lean more towards romantic connections, but of course, just take what resonates for you. This could be about a friendship or even a family member, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't. So the decks I'll be using here today will be listed in the description box down below, as well as today's Organite. So let's go ahead and get into it, you guys. How does this person remember you and this connection from the past, the person that you're in no contact with? So the very first thing that we're going to look into is what positive memories of you have left a lasting impression on this person, okay? So we're going to take a look at the light aspects, the positive aspects. Let's look at this. Okay. What positive memories of you have left a lasting impression on this person? Let's look at this energy. We have an intellectual affair. So this is awesome. So there is something about your mind that really sticks out to this person. They love the way that you think. They love the way that you communicate. They love the way that you speak. You have a lot of great ideas. It might be that you're extremely intelligent, very smart, quick-witted. This is someone who just really is kind of in awe of how just amazing your mind is. So this to me is someone who it's like you can have a conversation with them, you can hold a conversation, you can hold your own, and they really like that. So you stimulate them mentally, and that really turned your person on. So this is a lasting impression that they have of you. It's definitely very positive. And the thing is, looks fade, but the memory, the memory can fade too, but you are who you are. Your personality is who you are. And that really, that's a good one. So I like that. All right, let's go into my Divine Feminine Healing Oracle and see what else. What other positive memories of you have left a lasting impression on this person? Might have also just been like an incredible listener as well, which is kind of a, it's not a trait that everyone actually has. Ooh, well, we have fate. It says, I will never forget you, my love, but I must continue on with my life. If we're meant to be, the universe will find a way. So check this out, you guys. This is either something that you kind of said to them, or they said to you, or these are your actions. So yeah, even though you came together and you had this incredible mental connection, especially, somebody took off. Somebody had to go. It could have been whatever they were offering you wasn't exactly what you signed up for, wasn't what you were looking for. It could be that, they became distracted or whatever else happened here and they ended things with you. But it's kind of like leaving with this feeling of, I'm going to see you again. Like there's just no way that I'll never see you again. So this person has this feeling even still to this day that your paths will cross again. Interesting. So let's continue. This is my connections for the Modern World Tarot. Let's go ahead and see what other positive memories of you have left a lasting impression on them. If you walked away from this person, you might have been one of the only people that's ever done that. Kind of like no one walks away from this person. No one ends things with this person. No one, like you may not have come back. And you may have left this like empty space in your person's life. They really, really feel your absence because they don't know what's happened to you or you haven't spoken to them again. So there's also that energy too. Okay, so this one wanted to pop through. We have 3 of Cups. This is awesome. It may also be you were really fun to be around. You were really fun to do things with. You guys may have had a lot of things that you enjoyed doing together. So they just definitely saw you somebody that could let loose and have a good time. You may have also been very social. You may have hung out with them and their friends and their family really liked you, or they really saw you as someone that had a lot of people that admired you. You were good with people, a good people person. You could have even been also like a boss or a manager or something, and this person really liked the way that you were with your crowd, or they really respected the fact that people liked you and also respected you back. So I feel like this was a quality quality that they were in awe of, actually. But I just feel like you guys genuinely had like a really good rapport, and you guys could laugh and be silly and have fun. There's definitely some kind of an underlying friendship between the two of you as well. So they could talk to you like they would a dear friend. I'm also getting to, there's this feeling that they've known you their entire lives. So there was already this like established comfortability with you that they couldn't explain where it came from. It was just there. Almost like you guys have some kind of chemistry that's off the charts. You don't know why you feel so connected. To me, that's like a soulmate, like a past life person, somebody that you've already done a lifetime with. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing, is that they felt very comfortable with you right off the bat. And that's also left a lasting impression. The Three of Cups is also somebody that wants to have a reunion. So it may be that like they miss the good times that you guys once shared. So these are definitely positive memories, you guys, for sure. All right, let's see what else. What other positive memories of you have left a lasting impression on this person? We have visualized blue skies. So of course, what are blue skies? The color blue is very calm. It's very tranquil. It may be that you're this type of person that really just kind of looked at the brighter side of life. Instead of visualizing darkness, you were able to have more of that sunny disposition where you visualize blue skies. I'm also getting to, it might be that there's something about you where they visualized what your life would look like, and it definitely made them happy. Okay, so it wasn't all bad. I don't know what's happened here yet, but they visualized at one time what your life would have been like had you guys just maybe not had this falling out and stayed together. There might also be, if you have blue eyes, it's like they got lost in your eyes. They actually are able to visualize looking into your eyes, those blue eyes that you have. And not everybody has blue eyes, but it could just be looking into your eyes was like looking into tranquil blue sky. Yeah, that's what I'm seeing with that. So your eyes have left a lasting impression, regardless of what color that they are. And your ability to look at the brighter side of life is also like a breath of fresh air. Yep, we got bliss, and I love this because it says if something isn't bringing you joy, then why would you be doing it? And I feel like you're the kind of individual where you lived your life by the beat of your own drum, and you didn't let the naysayers or other people rule what you were going to do and what you weren't going to do. So this person could have been very, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like they wanted that for themselves. They really admired this behavior in you. And they may have been the kind of person where they weren't able to actually be themselves, or they weren't comfortable saying what they wanted or going after certain things because they cared too much about what their family or their friends thought. But here you were just kind of living your life and doing your thing. You were just kind of loud and proud in who you were. And you may have not really given a crap about what other people thought. And I feel like this person saw this attitude as very refreshing and actually wanted a little bit of that for themselves. So they admired this about you, and that left a lasting impression. I feel like you were just very wild and just outspoken. And I think that this person really liked that. Now, the thing is, though, what's interesting, I do feel like it did bring up a little bit of kind of like a insecurity within them. They wanted that for themselves. So the judgment here is about like, maybe they would have normally judged a person like you, but for some reason they really enjoyed this energy coming from you. Normally, maybe they wouldn't have gotten involved with someone like you because, if you're too wild or something, or you're just you don't care what other people think, that's foreign to this person. And I just feel like they really enjoyed this about you in that moment. Okay, they may have become judgmental of you at a later date, or maybe they were afraid their family and friends were going to judge you, but privately this person really liked this about you. They may have judged you, but also couldn't help but admire you at the same time. That's really interesting. Okay, let's see what else. Let's get one more. What other positive memories of you have left a lasting impression on this person? We have expect the best. So there is something about your attitude where you just basically look at the brighter side of life. You don't let things get you down. It doesn't mean like you're, made of stone, but the thing is you have more of a sunnier disposition. You brought a lot of life and light and joy to this person's life. I do see an angel wing too. It's almost like you may have brought light to their life, or this kind of like freedom to be themselves energy. And that seemed very healing to them. And so they felt really good in your presence. Okay, I'm seeing that too. You might have experienced a lot of heights of bliss, a lot of passion as well. And so they're never going to forget that either. It's like the best, like you were the best, gotta say it, you were the best lover they ever had, you guys. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. And we have soul cleanse. Okay, so I embrace my emotions. You were not afraid to feel. You were not afraid to. You were not afraid at all. And this person may have been afraid. And it may have made them uncomfortable. Like at first they really admired it, but then there was something towards the end where it was just like, ooh, I'm not sure that this is what I want. I'm not sure if these are territories that I want to go down and explore. You want too much from me. I don't know if I can handle this. So I feel like this person, because maybe they could not go as deep as you, they couldn't embrace these emotions. I just feel like they weren't ready for somebody like you, even though when you showed up, it was like, wow, this is amazing. So this person could have really like in the beginning was very excited about you, and then something happened. Okay, something happened. All right, let's see what else. Yeah, I feel like you were just unapologetically yourself, and you just were who you are, and you put it out there. And whether or not this person could handle it, I feel like you just were yourself at the end of the day. Oh my gosh, look, you're a bright, shining star. Let me tell you guys something. You brought a lot of optimism, a lot of positivity to this person's life. You restored something within them, but it was only temporary. I'm getting here, you were like an angel that came into their life. You brought them some sort of healing. You brought them an opportunity to experience this deep spiritual love with you, but they passed. They passed on it. They passed up this opportunity to be with somebody like you. And I'm just getting here. They weren't ready. They just weren't ready. I feel like they had so much admiration for you because they knew that you were out of their league, especially energetically and spiritually. You were way out of, you were out of this person's league, and they knew it deep down. But in the beginning, it's like they wanted to go down this road with you. They wanted to embrace this. They wanted to try this out. But I just feel like as time progressed, they fell short. Okay, they fell real short. So anyways, that's what we're seeing so far. But yeah, you're like a bright and shining star. You stand out above all the rest. You were the best in some department, and they're never going to forget that. Okay. So that's what we have. And the signs that came up here, we've got Aquarius energy, and then we have Scorpio energy with that Pluto. All right. So that Pluto energy, Scorpio energy, very, very intense. But Aquarian energy, that's Uranus energy, and it's very much about the freedom to just be yourself, the freedom to just be completely different, like a rebel, and not give a crap about what other people think. Like that's what you were offering this person. You were offering them an opportunity to be, to experience like a very deep and intense spiritual love, but also without any kind of like constrictions or expectations, and experiencing freedom. And I feel like this concept is not something that your person could wrap their freaking head around. They just couldn't do it. So now we're going to go into the energies here of what shadows emerged in the past within your connection that ultimately led to a separation. So let's look at what was the downfall here. What was responsible for the downfall with them? What happened here? Which shadows eventually emerged? Okay, so we have face your fears. Yeah, this person, like I said, they just experienced a lot of fear. Like as passionate and exciting as an intense it was in the very beginning, it was just like, oof. If I go any further into this fire, it's going to hurt. I'm going to get burned, or I'm going to hurt you. And I feel like what this person ended up doing is they ended up blocking you. They ended up like blocking you from coming any further towards them, or they ran for the freaking hills. Yeah. So this is my Twin Flame Journey Shadows deck, and it actually is one I just revamped. So if you guys are interested in this, it should be available, I'm hoping like within the next couple of days, because it just hasn't been approved yet for the website that I use. But definitely look out for it if you guys are interested. Oh, yeah, okay. Well, your person, it's like they had to kind of pretend like they didn't care. They may have started abusing something, doing something, but I feel also too they could have even been hanging around people, friends, family members, or even people like romantic partners. So stepping out on your connection to desensitize themselves from these very intense feelings that they had for you. Absolutely. And I feel at the bottom deck, that was really shocking to you. You could not believe this because at one time it did seem that this person was very much into you. This is my Love Never Dies Oracle. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, look at that. You make my heart a better place. And that's what this person, I feel, told you. They told you that you actually make my life better. You make me want to be a better person. You've brought so much light and joy to my life. So that's why it was very shocking for you that this person could just totally turn off their feelings. And I'm not getting that they actually turned off their feelings. They just used things to desensitize themselves from you, to numb out these feelings. Okay, this is my Lurking in the Shadows Tarot. Let's get something else here to explain this. Ooh, we have the Three of Cups. Homecoming. They went back to something that was comfortable to them. They went back to an old person like a friend or even a romantic partner. They went back to what was safe for them. And I'm seeing here what's safe for this person is to run when things get too intense. Yeah, so I just feel like Three of Cups could be like third party, or it can be, going out and partying with friends and being real social and just kind of getting lost and medicated in that energy for sure. So instead of continuing to connect with you and be maybe a better person by rising up to the occasion and ascending to that level to be with you, this person ended up numbing you out or numbing themselves out and medicating themselves. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I forgot to turn off my phone. Just instead of leveling up with you, they just decided that they were going to just numb this out and basically pretend that they weren't feeling anything. So it's unfortunate here that this person did this. And with all those ghosts on the card, they could have ended up ghosting you as well, which was very, very hurtful, especially after everything that they told you of how special you were. So that's tough. All right, let's see what else. We have Private Detective. Interesting. So this might also be somebody who was trying to, well, it might actually be that you started to kind of go into that private detective mode because maybe you were starting to sense that something was off. Maybe you were starting to sense that there was somebody else involved, that they were involved elsewhere, that they were talking to someone else, that they were spending time, or you were kind of snooping up on them, maybe looking at their social media. And I feel like you guys may have found something out. So don't think that this person was actually snooping around on you, unless they were trying to find something to sabotage this, like look for something negative that they could focus on so they could forget about you and be done with it and sabotage you. I feel it was more or less though you started to sense the shift in them. And so you started to kind of like go into this hyper vigilant mode where you were looking to see what the hell's going on here, because they may have not been really communicating anything to you. All right, so let's see what else. Yeah, very foolish. It's unfortunately. This person just, and at the end of the day, you guys, it was really stupid. It really was. That's what it comes down to. It's like a foolish child, just childlike behavior from someone where it's just like, really? Really? This is so silly at the end of the day. Like, why couldn't you just be honest with me? Why couldn't you just tell me what was going on or how you were feeling? It's so freaking senseless what you did. So I feel like they definitely did something very, very foolish. And of course they feel like a fool now that everything's said and done. But yeah, it's just, they were too childish to be able to handle this any other way. I feel like the reason that you had to go into private detective mode is because they were hiding things from you. They couldn't just be an adult and tell you. Yeah, and we have casualties. So they gave you a lot of excuses that were lies. Okay? You are a casualty of their lies. All of my excuses were just lies. So that's the thing, you guys. They started lying. They started just pulling away and not telling you everything. And sometimes omitting information is also another form of being, of lying to someone. You're purposely not telling them something. It's a lie. So yeah, I feel like this individual, unfortunately, they hung their head and they just either did nothing or they just did the only thing that they could do, which was lie. Oh boy, judgment. There's karma that was created here. Definitely. And the reason I'm going to say that, you guys, is because the judgment is here. When judgment shows up for me, the Wheel of Fortune, also justice, this tells me here that this is something that it's happened in the past and it's going to have to be reawakened at some point. You're going to have to be accountable for your past actions. Yeah. So there might be a time for reflection. I feel like the way that this person remembers you in this connection is that you're the one person that they really hurt and screwed over, and they can't forget about it. They keep ruminating on this, how they could have done it differently, feeling really bad about it, feeling like, wow, like, it's the one thing in my life that feels unfinished and I don't like it. It makes them feel uneasy. It makes them feel like your story is not over. It makes it, because remember that fate energy, they almost feel fated and destined that your paths will cross again. So it's like only a matter of time. And they sure do feel really foolish too. It's kind of like they want it, but they're also afraid of it. They want it to happen, but they're like, oh crap, if it does. So yeah, this will be like reawakened. This connection is going to be reawakened. And I'm also getting too that even though these are the shadows that emerged, I feel like someone is going to be playing private detective, and that's them to figure out what the hell happened to you. So when you start to think a lot about them again, I feel like that's because they have been reawakened. This has been reawakened for them, and they're starting to try to seek out where you went, what happened to you, what you've got going on, etc. Very interesting. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a final row of messages here with the shadows that emerged in the past within your connection that ultimately led to a separation. Risk revealing yourself. Yeah. And that's the thing. A lot of your person's behavior is just, it's too risky. They held back from expressing how they truly felt. They were afraid of this love. They wanted it, but when it showed up, they were afraid. I feel like they always dreamed about this kind of love. This is the kind of love that, maybe you watch a movie or something and it's just like this intense, deep spiritual, entanglement. And then they felt this with you, but then they couldn't handle it when it was in their presence, they're like in front of them. So yeah, I just feel like they couldn't risk it. It was too risky. It was too risky going deep with you. Yep. So it was just easier to just kind of empty it out, right? Hollow it out, basically kill it, end it. That's what your person did. It's like Stonewall. So you become they become uninteresting. You finally give up. So this person may have just kind of just stopped being so warm, deep, responsive, etc., to where you may have finally just given up on this. And maybe you're the one that ended up walking away. But this was a tactic because your person just couldn't deal with it any other way. They couldn't. And they may have also felt like they didn't have anything that they could really offer you back. So this is their way of sabotaging it because they just didn't feel good enough. We have sinner. I don't deserve your love. Yeah, that's where your person's coming from. They feel like they, even though you may have felt with their actions and even some of the things that they said that you weren't good enough for them, it's baloney. This person did not feel good enough for you, and their sins prove it. So if they did certain things to sabotage this connection, that's because they didn't feel good enough inside for you. So you need to understand that in this reading today. All right, let's see what else. Oh my God, do we need to say anything else? You guys, this person was in their shadow side, okay? And I feel like they could really only go skin deep. Like you were offering this very deep spiritual love, and this person, like you and them were connecting in the physical, but I feel like they could not go beyond that. They kind of, I'm not saying they were empty. It's just that they had to, like you were just dealing with an empty shell at the end of the day because you couldn't get to the center. You just couldn't. No matter how hard you tried, they wouldn't let you in. because they couldn't risk revealing who they truly are. Or maybe they were just they had a lot of shadows and demons and darkness, and they couldn't risk revealing to you that they really are dark because of your angelic nature, and they didn't want you to see. So they sabotaged this and ran away from you because they didn't want you to discover something about them that was so dark to them. Wow, that's crazy, you guys. So yeah, the devil is somebody who's got a lot of toxicity, a lot of toxic behavior, a lot of addiction, and a lot of stuff. But I'm going to tell you guys that your person, even though you might feel like they don't feel anything for you anymore, they definitely still desire to have that angelic presence, because there's something about you that makes them want to be a better person. And we have it here. You make my heart a better place. You make my heart a better place. Just being with you made this person feel better. So that's what we have. So what we're going to do, you guys, we're going to shift over onto the extended. If you guys want to join me for some extra messages, we're going to go over what has this person realized since you've been gone from their life, as well as what moves or words are they most likely going to act upon in the future towards you. So I'll put that link down below, and thank you guys so much for watching. You guys take care. Bye-bye.